of the Indian aerospace industry. The LCA Mark I Alpha is an advanced variant of India's first aboriginal fighter that stands as a symbol of technological evolution. Ladies and gentlemen, the most awaited display is going to be unleashed in front of you. The Alpha, as we like to call the Mark I Alpha, is lined up and it's ready for its aerial ballerina. Notice that the Alpha has taken off and is turning left to position itself for its first maneuver. That will be the roll ability of the aircraft. The aircraft is turning right to position itself for a series of neatly crafted rolls. Look to your right as the aircraft will approach you, carrying out a series of rolls demonstrating its rollability. That's the Alpha carrying out a couple of rolls to the right, one follow to the left. Now the aircraft is preparing itself to show you the maximum rate turn. Notice the ease at which the pilot is carrying out this maneuver. The pilot quickly positions himself for a minimum radius turn. It is remarkable that an aircraft of this speed is able to carry out such tight turns. The LCA Mark I Alpha has the ability to carry out maneuvers with ease and great agility. As the aircraft has completed that maneuver, he is positioning himself for the low speed pass. In this, the aircraft will maintain just speeds of 130 knots. Can you look in front of you? The aircraft is approaching and it almost looks like he's just standing still. Look how elegant the Alpha looks as he crosses us. And there the Alpha goes to position itself for the next maneuver. For these maneuvers, the pilot takes reference from the runway and adjusts the angle of bank to precisely position at the desired point in space. The next maneuver being performed is called the pushover. Please note that the pilot is executing the pushover maneuver or the negative G maneuver and carrying out an outside turn. This shows Tejas' outstanding ability to turn with withstanding negative G maneuvers. The pilot is now carrying a smart reversal and an oblique half loop to show off the vertical ability of the aircraft. Or it is also called the half loop. Notice that the aircraft is able to maneuver vertically in front of you while turning to 180 degrees. As the aircraft recovers, it is now to witness a thrilling aerobatic maneuver. Our skilled pilot will now take the aircraft into an inverted flight. Now our pilot is literally hanging in midair, just suspended by a safety strap. As the pilot recovers rapidly, changing directions, he is going to fly in front of us for the next maneuver. Notice the ease at which the pilot pulls up and turns to carry out the roll to right and come in front of us. Today's flight is being flown by Group Captain K.K. Venugopal, the Chief Test Pilot for the fixed wing of the HAL. Notice the ease at which the aircraft is being flown and will carry out a roll to the right before positioning for a short circuit to land. As the pilot recovers, he is positioning for a short circuit. Notice how swiftly the aircraft maneuvers while lowering the undercarriage. Please look to your left as Group Captain K.K. Venugopal, the Chief Test Pilot, is turning on final for a short circuit to land. Even though the aircraft is a mere 700 to 900 meters, to conserve brakes and tires, it is a norm to carry out aerodynamic braking and use tail chutes. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Alpha right in front of you. Please give a huge round of applause for Tejas Mark 1 Alpha, its pilot and the team that has developed it. और सचिन अब आपके सामने प्रदर्शन करने आ रहा है भारत में ही रूपांकित, विकसित और निर्मित भारत का गर्व लाइट यूटिलिटी हेलीकॉप्टर LUH. Continuing the visual treat over the pristine skies of Bangalore, presenting now for the display is the latest addition to the rotary wing fleet of HAL, the LUH. A 3-ton class utility helicopter indigenously designed, developed and manufactured by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, which meets the requirements of both military and civil operators. LUH proved its mettle when it successfully performed landing and takeoff at the world's highest battlefield, the Siachen Glacier. Powered with a single turboshaft engine and equipped with a 4-bladed hingeless main rotor, LUH has sufficient power margins to cater to high-altitude missions. With absolute pleasure, presenting the first maneuver of LUH, 360-degree spot turn, climbing vertically up in a spiral at 300 feet per minute. And here she is, dipping her nose, accelerating smoothly to maneuvering speeds. Ladies and gentlemen, hold your breath as you see LUH speeding off. For another maneuver, the wing over to the left.
The pilots make a sharp pitch up to 60 degrees, hit a paddle turn before they come out to the left and then dive right back. You can hear the charismatic noise of the main rotor blades of LUH clapping the air into submission as she accelerates into a level flight. शानदार कलाबाजियों को जारी रखते हुए कैप्टन एक बार फिर विंग ओवर की तैयारी में, इस बार दाईं की ओर। The LUH now going in for a high bank turn with high G loading, demonstrating the excellent handling qualities and the performance capabilities. Piloting the LUH today, we have Wing Commander Anil Pambani, retired, who is a seasoned test pilot with more than 6,000 hours of flying to his credit. Sharing the cockpit with him is Wing Commander SP John, retired, VM and Chief Test Pilot Rotary Wing HAL, who has amassed more than 7,500 hours of flying.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the LUH comes right in front of us, please look ahead as the pilots are ready to perform a maneuver exclusive to the rotorcraft, the rearward flight. This will culminate into the accelerating tail-up hover. Here she is, moving rearward, demonstrating the ability to handle strong winds from any direction. The tail-up maneuver showcases the razor-sharp response and the control power available to the pilot. Please direct your attention to observe the LUH accelerating and positioning to demonstrate two sharp stall turns. This chopper has the markings of a winner as it will now pull up to perform a marvelous stall turn. Climbing up steeply as it bleeds its speed to zero and with a sharp rudder turn accelerating downwards. Here it is, performing the signature maneuver once again right in front of us. These maneuvers are the hallmark of a versatile helicopter which are earmarked to replace the high altitude workhorses of the Indian Armed Forces, the Cheetahs and the Chetaks. As the old adage goes, save the best for the last. Towards the end of this segment, we shall now witness LUH move precipitously, building momentum to perform the zoom climb. This maneuver is carried out to gain altitude in the shortest possible time. The helicopter is now executing a steep, rapid ascent to gain altitude, which will level off at the top to gradually descend to lower altitudes. The intense forces exerted on the helicopter during a zoom climb demonstrates the robust airframe design and a powerful but nimble rotor which puts complete freedom in the hands of the pilot to focus just on the mission. ಗಣ್ಯರೇ, ಇಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ಕೃಷ್ಟವಾದ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ತಯಾರಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಎಂಬುದು ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳಿದಿದೆಯೇ? ಹೌದು, LUH ವಿಮಾನವು ನಮ್ಮ ತುಮಕೂರು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿಯೇ HALನಿಂದ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ಏಷ್ಯಾದ ಅತಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಸಿದ್ಧಪಡಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ ನಮ್ಮೂರ್ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್. A shining example of Atmanirbhar Bharat, the LUH symbolizes India's growing strength in indigenous helicopter design and manufacture. Ladies and gentlemen, please give the wonderful pilots a wave and a big round of applause as this marks the end of a brilliant display by LUH.
Of US KC-135 Stratotanker. The KC-135 Stratotanker provides the core aerial refueling capabilities for the United States Air Force and has excelled in this role for more than 60 years. This unique asset enhances the Air Force's capability to accomplish its primary mission of global reach. It also provides aerial refueling support to Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps and allied nation aircraft. The KC-135 is also capable of transporting litter and ambulatory patients using patient support pallets during aeronautical evacuations. KC-135 Stratotanker has been airborne from Bangalore International Airport and will be shortly arriving to enthrall you all with its presence.
ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ ಭಾರತ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ, ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ತುಮಕೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣವಾದಂತಹ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಮೆಚ್ಚುಗೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟರ್ಸ್. ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಮಿತ್ರರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಮೆಚ್ಚುಗೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ಅನೇಕ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ದಿನ. ದ 1st, 2nd ಮತ್ತೆ 3rd 10ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗಿದ್ದು ಮೊದಲ 3 ದಿವಸ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರಿಗೆ 13 ಮತ್ತು 14 ಗುರುವಾರ. ನೋಡಿ, ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರು ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಇದು ಏರೋ ಶೋ, ಬಹಳ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಏರ್ ಶೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು 2025. ಈಗ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ರನ್ವೇಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡುವಂತಹ ಸಮಯ. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ವಿಮಾನ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನೋಡೋಣ ಲೈವ್.
Has been altered to do other jobs ranging from flying command post missions to reconnaissance. RC-135s are used for special reconnaissance and Air Force material commands. For those of you who missed the entry of KC-135, the aircraft is going to be again right in front of you, this time from right to left. Flying in from the right, once again KC-135 for all of you.
Keeping with the beat and the visual treat, prepare yourself for the zipping fighter aircraft. You're about to witness a low-level aerobatic display by one of the world's most agile fighter aircraft, the Sukhoi 30 MKI, also known as the Flanker. The display will give you an idea of the maneuvers that the mighty Flanker is capable of performing. The Sukhoi 30 MKI is a multi-role air superiority fighter. It is a two-seater twin turbofan aircraft. The MKI variant is tailor-made for Indian specifications and is capable of air-to-air and air-to-ground operations. It is integrated with the state-of-the-art radar and weapons capable of delivering a high degree of damage to the targets. The pilot in command today is Wing Commander Parvinder Singh Chahal, with nickname Parry. He is a qualified flying instructor and has more than 1700 hours on the type. Aiding him is the Weapon System Officer, Squadron Leader Amal NS.
ये बात लिखी होगी रब ने मेरी बात तेरे ही साथ लिखी होगी ये बात लिखी होगी रब ने मेरी बात तेरे ही साथ लिखी होगी ये भी तय है कि कुछ दिन बिछड़ेंगे ये भी तय है कि कुछ दिन बिछड़ेंगे
The aerodynamic configuration of the Sukhoi 30 MKI, combined with thrust vectoring, results in extremely capable maneuvering, takeoff and landing characteristics. The aircraft is capable of flying at high angle of attack owing to the canards. It has a fly-by-wire system which further improves the maneuvering capability of the aircraft. Do not miss the majestic platform of the Sukhoi 30 MKI, as the aircraft shall soon take off and then perform a climbing turn towards left.
ये बात लिखी होगी रब ने मेरी बात तेरे ही साथ लिखी होगी ये बात लिखी होगी रब ने मेरी बात तेरे ही साथ लिखी होगी ये भी तय है कि कुछ दिन बिछड़ेंगे ये भी तय है कि कुछ दिन बिछड़ेंगे
The aircraft has been given clearance for takeoff and shall soon be visible to you from your left with a deafening roar of the engines of the Sukhoi 30 MKI.
तेरे बादल जुल्फा यार दियां तेरे सारे अखां प्यार दियां चल तेरा रंग महबूब दा ए गल्लां जन्नत पार दियां ज़मीं वालों को समझ नहीं आनी ज़मीं वालों को समझ नहीं आनी मेरी हीर आसमानी मेरी हीर आसमानी लिखी हवा पे इश्क कहानी और लिखी हवा पे इश्क कहानी मेरी हीर आसमानी मेरी हीर आसमानी तकदीरों से भी पहले ये बात लिखी होगी रब ने मेरी बात तेरे ही साथ लिखी होगी ओ तकदीरों से भी पहले ये बात लिखी होगी रब ने मेरी बात तेरे ही साथ लिखी होगी ये भी तय है कि जिस दिन बिछड़ेंगे तो ये भी तय है कि जिस दिन बिछड़ेंगे जो पहले ना हुई है सी बरसात लिखी होगी रह जानी है यही निशानी रह जानी है यही निशानी मेरी हीर आसमानी मेरी हीर आसमानी ज़मीं वालों को समझ नहीं आनी ज़मीं वालों को समझ नहीं आनी मेरी हीर आसमानी मेरी हीर आसमानी
There has been a small delay in the takeoff of the mighty flanker due to excessive bird activity. Keep your patience and we will be there in few minutes for the performance by the Sukhoi 30 MKI.
तेरे बादल जुल्फा यार
हमारे इंडिजनाइजेशन इफोर्ट का एक और अच्छा परिणाम SMPP नामक भारतीय कंपनी द्वारा इंडियन आर्मी के लिए बुलेट प्रूफ जैकेट्स का निर्माण है। यह कंपनी टाइमली डिलीवरीज को लेकर भी बहुत ही प्रॉम्प्ट है, बहुत ही सजग है।
Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear the engines of the Sukhoi 30 MKI roaring to take off in front of you? Rolling, rolling now. The deafening roar of the engines of the mighty Sukhoi. The aircraft is now positioning left to execute the famous loop tumble yaw. The Sukhoi 30 is one of the few aircraft in the world that can do this extremely complex maneuver. Shift your gaze as he takes the center stage, pulling up now. Look on as he describes a circle in the vertical plane. Let me see how many of you can spot the pilot inverted waving at you. Notice how the nose travels quickly in a maneuver called the tumble, followed by the yaw, thereby bidding farewell to all the known laws of aerodynamics. This maneuver helps him change direction quickly. And apart from the sheer flying skill, this maneuver is made possible by a combination of thrust-vectored engines and fly-by-wire technology. Positioning from the right, this time, the aircraft shall perform a series of rolls in front of you. There he goes. The aircraft carries out a few other rolls in a climb. Flying in this manner not only requires skill but a high degree of situational awareness and absolute mastery of the aircraft and its systems. Keep your eyes riveted to the aircraft approaching from your left. The speeds are as slow as 240 kilometers per hour. The aircraft performing the slow speed run. As they say, even the winds stop to stare. The pilots are repositioning to display another unique ability of the aircraft, the ability to turn in a dime, as they say, the minimum radius turn. The aircraft is flying at speeds close to 500 kilometers per hour and is describing a circle on ground less than 450 meters in radius. The maneuver that you just saw allows superior air combat performance when engaged with an adversary. Now the pilot is positioning for another loop tumble yaw in case you missed the first one. This time he's positioning 12 o'clock to us. Watch as he pitches up for a loop. There is the tumble, shortly followed by the yaw. The aircraft is now positioning again 12 o'clock to us for a maneuver called the slice. Just like you slice fruits with your kitchen knife, the aircraft shall be cutting the sky into two halves. This astounding maneuver was only possible due to the sheer scale of the pilot and the spectacular handling characteristics of the Sukhoi 30 MKI at all speed regimes. Ever seen a fighter in reverse gear? If not, then watch as the pilot is executing a marvelous maneuver called the tail slide. There you see 30 tons of machinery and 2 humans stationary in the air. There she slides downwards. The aircraft will now come in for the high-speed run along the day. The aircraft is now flying at 900 kilometers per hour. But before that, it just is in the sky. the noiseless dash as the thunder always follows the Sukhoi 30 MKI. The aircraft now positioning itself for landing. As the aircraft will lower the undercarriage, he will demonstrate the short landing capability of the aircraft. With the grace and all the panache, you shall witness a featherweight landing of this mighty beast. Notice the grace with which the aircraft touches down, and the pilot shall deploy the brake parachute to ensure a very short landing run. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the mighty Sukhoi 30 MKI demonstrating its superior agility. This is one of the few operational combat aircraft in the world with thrust vectoring and truly is the very best.
Dear audience, it's time now for the smallest aircraft of the display. The aircraft coming next is so small that one day each one of you could own it. And that's the purpose for which it has been developed by National Aerospace Laboratories. New generation Hansa aircraft, also known as Hansa NG, is India's first all-composite light aircraft designed and developed by CSIR NAL in the very light aircraft category, ideally suited for ab initio flying training, sports and hobby flying. Now you can spot the aircraft entering into a maneuver. As the aircraft reaches in front of you, the pilot has started executing a steep turn to the left. Now he is changing his direction by 360 degrees with the minimum possible radius of turn. Now, what you just witnessed was a 360-degree turn by the aircraft. After executing the first turn, now the pilot is positioning to execute a horizontal figure of 8. This horizontal 8 is a combination of two steep turns showcasing the thrust margin of aircraft and its potential to demonstrate sustained rate of turn. The aircraft is executing the figure of 8, last part. While the aircraft is positioning for the next maneuver, I would like to introduce you to the pilot flying the machine. The aircraft is being flown by Wing Commander Saurabh Kumar Singh. He is a test pilot from esteemed aircraft and system testing establishment of Indian Air Force based in your own beloved city of Bengaluru. Now notice the pilot is now positioning for wing over. As he puts the aircraft in shallow dive, the aircraft will accelerate and gain speed for wing over. Now aircraft is doing a left wing over. The aircraft is waggling its wings to say the goodbye to all of you. Now you can see the aircraft will be positioning for a short circuit and landing. It will land close to the dash and keep its nose up till very last, showing the capability for a very smooth landing. This aircraft is a two-seater low-wing aircraft with low noise emission and option to use both the motor gasoline and aviation gasoline. It allows for more flexibility and economical operations for meeting IFR certification. It has a service ceiling of 10,000 feet above mean sea level and a maximum speed of 140 knots. Now the aircraft is landing and it is leaving a message that the Indian Air Force has always been supporting and will always support the indigenous aircraft and systems, no matter what.
pioneers of the aerospace industry in India, where the sky is not the limit, but merely the beginning. The legacy of 8 decades is just the beginning. As we ready ourselves for a future filled with innovative growth, engineering sophisticated solutions and cutting-edge capabilities.
increasing the pace of the air show. Coming up next, from your left, you will be shortly witnessing the takeoff of F-35 of US Air Force.
Drifting
Thrilling aerobatics performed by the F-35. Please look straight ahead as the aircraft of the Surikiran Aerobatics team are leaving the tarmac and heading to the runway for takeoff. Ladies and gentlemen, please wave at our pilots and wish them all the very best for the Surikiran aerobatic display. Ladies and gentlemen, the aircraft of the Surikiran team will now be lining up and taking off from the runway right in front of you. And let me tell you that the takeoff that you witnessed today is going to be a very unique and memorable one. I'm sure that each one of us has seen one aircraft taking off from the runway today. But in a few moments from now, you will see 9 aircraft taking off together in groups of 3 each. This is called the Vic formation takeoff. And I am extremely proud to share with you that this type of takeoff is executed in the Indian Air Force by the Surikiran Aerobatics team only. So please keep your eyes straight ahead onto the runway as we get ready to witness this one-of-a-kind takeoff. दर्शकों, विक फॉर्मेशन टेक ऑफ का प्रयोग सबसे पहले वर्ल्ड वॉर 1 के दौरान किया गया था और इस प्रकार के टेक ऑफ का मुख्य उद्देश्य है कम से कम समय में अधिक से अधिक विमानों को आसमान में पोजीशन कर किसी भी आकाशीय खतरे का डटकर सामना करना। And coming in from your left is the very first big formation takeoff. And with that final big takeoff, all the 9 aircraft of the Suryakiran team are now airborne. They will soon be joining up with each other in the sky and come in for a grand entrance which you do not want to miss. So please keep your gaze up in the sky and get ready to welcome the Suryakiran Aerobatic team. सूर्यकिरण टीम की स्थापना सन 1996 में हुई और इस टीम ने 2011 तक किरण विमान में एरोबैटिक्स का प्रदर्शन कर भारतीय वायुसेना का नाम रोशन किया। सन 2015 में टीम की पुनर्स्थापना हुई, मगर इस बार हॉक मार्क 132 वायुयान पर, जिसे आज आप बहुत ही नजदीक से देख पाएंगे। I am extremely proud to share with you that the Suryakiran team is the only 9 aircraft aerobatic team not just in India but all across Asia. सन 2015 में इस टीम में केवल 4 विमान उड़ान भरते थे। सन 2016 में इस टीम में 6 विमान शामिल हुए और 2017 में भारतीय वायुसेना का उद्देश्य 9 एयरक्राफ्ट एरोबैटिक टीम बनाने का ये सपना पूरा हुआ।